So, setting up in a fob is kind of important. The first minute, uh, well, usually when you get into trouble. Uh, that's what I usually find. So, when I get the ping, I've already made a video about the ping. So you get to the ping, you're aligned, and you look at. It's kind of important to do that because just to make sure you got situational awareness for each of you guys and you're not accidentally got a Stargate selected and one of your guys warps off to the Stargate and leaves your other guys high and dry at the fob. So yeah, usually that's why I approach and look at, and I can take all the time in the world. They won't spawn until I get within 365 kilometers. And they'll aggro out to 1500. That's the defense fleet. The response fleet, you're not worried about that right now. That's what the hauler triggers. So I've got everybody on grid. Have I? Nope. I've got to work my scout who got the fob. Nope. Am I there? Nope. Nope. Where the hell? Give me a sec. Make sure everybody's at the ping, because usually when you're at the fob fighting, you usually get distracted enough to forget to work scouts and anybody else straggling along. So that's done. And what I like to do is I warp one, and as soon as I see it warping, I'll warp another, and as soon as I see that one warping, I'll warp this one. Everybody's aligned. I'll land. Make sure I have my hardeners on. And fire. Hardeners, most important. Yeah, you die real quick if you don't have your hardeners on. And there we go. Last one on field. Now what I do is, because of sensor dampening, I'll only target the top, the up for Logi. Then I'll go back to the first and I'll target the next one. That way, if the sensor damp switches targets and you're clicking too fast, you might actually get your up and down screwed up. It can get confusing, but this is helpful. So I've got everybody selected. Now I go approach to, just keep at range on minor freak, my anchor. Now the anchor's not moving. It's just that I get all clumped together closely, so any frigates orbiting me won't bump against my ships most of the time. And then I go F3, F5, click the next one, F4, F6, click that one. And then I just F4, F6, and then I go move my fingers again, F4, F3, F5. F5, and I go F3, F5 here, and then I shift my fingers again, and there. And there, I'm set up. I make sure everybody's good for keeping at range, and this guy's not moving. That's great. The last thing you want to do is accidentally double click and send your guy wandering away. I've got one crew, 3 augers, and apocalypse. Lol. The funny thing is, these should really be in close repping the crew, because what are you going to do? The apocalypse is over there. This is the bigger danger. I think it's funny. Because if you had these close in repping the crew, CCP would give multi-boxers the hives because they wouldn't be able to kill this easily. So there's that. But whatever. Small fixes the game that would improve the gameplay and make things harder for lazy people. That would be fun. Like, make it more interesting. Like, say, the Balgorn that warps in goes to close range with the augers. So, anything close range would be repped by this same team, and the augers would rep the Balgorn in close range, and a Balgorn in it close with its... Oh, it's brutal. But yeah, the defense fleet will spawn their augers out at 100 kilometers, and they won't be able to use their feared neutralizing, so it's pretty silly. Yeah, a little bit of rethink on that. It wouldn't take much, and they would improve the game it would make it hella interesting. That's for sure. Those close-in Balgorns, freaky as hell. The response fleet, if a Balgorn warps, gets spawned, rarely, it'll warp to close range and give yourself, it'll give you, yeah, hives. All right. So everybody's in close, we're good. And yeah, dealing with this is so easy. Just launch your fighters. I mean, your fighters. Tire the Krur. Yeah, because the Krur is the biggest irritation, right? There we go. Oh, here comes the bestower. That would be interesting if it spawned. It won't. But yeah, every fob's different. It's pretty funny. It's never a boring. Well, there are boring fobs, but it's never like, okay, you're gonna face this each time. And no, it's just the standard ones. Boring. All right, I'm gonna. None of the, unless you don't have, like, the thing that's drawing most of the aggro is the remote repping battleships, and drones won't be attacked. So yeah, when I initially was fighting fobs with Armageddons, I had 4 Armageddons on field, and I thought I could plunk down sentries and just MJD until I get to about, 400 away from the sentries, and I'd be out of the range of the neutralizing of the fob. So I was like, okay, well, I'll slowly creep out there. But the problem is, as soon as you leave that vicinity, and the bestower arrives eventually, it'll spawn the response fleet, because the drones have triggered the response fleet, and there's the closest thing to them are the drones, and they just gnaw them on the drones. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, so then it was like, okay, now I've got to take care of the hauler beforehand, so I don't deal with that issue. And the evolution of this this technique took quite a while. I even tried nesters at one point, because I was like, wow, if I'm using 4 Armageddons, 4 nesters are just gonna clean up. Did I must have lost I think I just rabbited. I was like, nope. Interactions? Combat? Ah, there we go. So, losses. What's condensed? Oh, cute. All right. Type. Nope. Yep. 1 loss. Back in. Yeah, that was my recent one. My derp. That was 2020. 2019. What was I equipped with? When I thought those drugs were helping. Doesn't look like my fit has changed a lot. Man, I wonder how many years I've been doing this. Interactions, combat Show losses condensed, thank you. Type. So it's just a minor freak who's been losing ships. Loser. Noob. My god. RTF. Oh, read the fucking manual. RTFM. Durr. Ooh. Yep. Oh, back in the day. Oh, no. No Leshak. This is going to be hilarious. And I was using Seneche. She was flying Leshaks too. Back in the day. I think. Oh. And that was back, okay, 2021. Yeah, I was still using the shadow, and I had a damage control and not... Oh, I had the reactive too. Yeah, I've got a damage control right now. I was like, wait, I could use it. Wait, I've already got one. Yeah, so it was back when I had that. Okay. Yeah, curatives. Not. Yeah, you do a little bit more time, but it's... Why bother with drones? You might forget them on the field, right? It'll cut the time down a little bit, but not as much as you think. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, these were, this just spawned too much for what it was, you know, the damage the DPS is added wasn't worth the massive amount of stuff it would spawn. Not as much as the Nestor, though. But I don't think I see a Nestor in my losses. I think mostly I just warped my 4 Nestors in. Saw the 36 omens that spawn, and I was like, nope. Yeah. It's, yeah, I just totally nope out. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It was so depressing because I was so excited to use the Nestors because, you know, if 4 Armageddons can do it slowly, then oh my god, Nestors are gonna clean up. Fob was like nom nom nom. Yeah, Ashtaroth, he's got a funny video. He's like he's so calm, but he should have like GTFO, but he was like, I think he was panicking because he was a little bit too calm. And it was like, right, reps on the next person. It's like, you were doing fine with repping. It's not user error. It was, it's just, there was just 36 moments on field. It was just, there's no way you can tank that with 4 Nestors. Just none. Yeah, which is interesting because, when you'll see other people with Nestors and Leshaks and on field, and you think, how do they manage the GPS? But it's just that they have so many. They come with so many hulls that, yeah, I mean, if you're willing to have 8 Nestors or something on field, then yeah, I'm sure you can rep anything. But at the same time, some of those videos are kind of weird. So I'm thinking hacks maybe, but I don't know. Meh, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And Logi, and bringing Logi to this fight, it's like, why are you bringing a knife to a gunfight? Because what's happening is you're spawning things, you're repping, but you're not adding to the DPS, so it's kind of a win-lose kind of situation where you're adding reps, but you're not adding DPS. And yeah, it's like, why bother? Just bring a Leshak or something. Pop. It was, yeah, I mean, as you saw, I was pretty much set up. Once I got set up on target, I didn't really care. Everything was fine. Especially with the battleship. And as soon as it pops, the other frigates will go, the response fleet goes poof. And they don't even warp off, they just despawn. Yeah. No drones, all the drones in. Doing the damage. Kaboof. Ta-da! Ooh, both of them dropped. Nice. And the Weber too. Perfect. Reload. Do. When's the next one? Vanilla. Fairly spread out too, these waypoints. It was slim pickings at first. There was only 4 in the area, you know, around Amara by about 10 jumps, but there was 2 more near Vicami and Abazon in the backyard, my backyard. Grab all that. I should be able to do the last 1, 2, 3 with, if I should be able to, with DST.
Drive active.
I'll just align out, and I'll warp the one being shot first. Huzzah! Off we go. Done. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.